What the problem was. I had something on that I didn't want. Touch. Yes. Good boy. So I have been working with him for the last two. I've had 2 sessions with him. Touch, touch, sit, yes. And now I'm trying to not reward, trying to not reward every time, and I'm not doing a lot of stuff. Hi, where's the ball? Where's the ball? And I'm trying to teach him a couple of games. Sit. 1, 1, 2, 3. Yay, good job. Good boy. Excellent. So the 1, 2, 3 game is a game that, okay, it's still on. This is a new GoPro, so I'm just learning. So the 1, 2, 3 game is a game that, for self-control and also for structure. Wait. 1, 2. Yes. Get it. Good boy. So now you have both. Hi. I'll have this one. You have that one. Good. So he'd rather keep both. Now he has that one underneath him. I'm not surprised. So I am working on his mouthiness, which it's actually faded a bit. It's not so, oh my gosh, I have to do this and it's going to be forever ramped up. Hi, and he is the chewer of the day, but also I can get him to chew that stuff, and then he actually is just fine with me, more or less, doing a lot of good boy. So I do a lot of massaging while he's chewing, knowing that that's going to be, and it is. He actually, without previously, anytime a hand came near, there was the likelihood of him opening his mouth to mouth was pretty high up there. He just went into my hand and licked it, which I was even surprised of. I've done during the many years I've done doing rehab, I've done a lot of massage as a bonding, B, let's get the non-stress hormones flowing. And also just the sense of touch is wonderful. I've held many a bone while the dog has chewed on the bone, and then I've done the massage type thing. I become a little less able to talk coherently while I'm doing this because I'm really concentrating on what he's doing and how he's reacting to my hands. That's really where the whole thing, where'd it go? All right. Okay, so I do like the fact that he turns away from me when he's chewing, because that's easier for me to keep my hand on him. So I don't know if he's doing that on purpose. He didn't do it initially all the time the first 2 days that we worked together, but I am, going towards also touching the rest of his body, not just his neck, so that we start moving out as to how he views or feels and reacts to my hand. We did send him out on an adoption with a person who had had a previous dog who is a herding breed dog, and her dog, she was very overwhelmed, for one thing, because they were trying to play with the dog. It was the usual, or a very usual reaction, oh, poor dog, he's been in a shelter, he needs to play, et cetera, et cetera. And that's when they found that it just ramped up his mouthiness. And they basically brought him back, and I had them, and then the woman decided she would like to, try again. And I said, you're going to have to come in here, and we're going to have to do 2 weeks of lessons with this dog to try to get you to understand what's good, bad, and et cetera. And they actually did. They drove from pretty far away from Chicago to come here to look at him and to work with him. Then they took him back home, and they realized that he, all the different barriers that they had put up, he could figure out. And he wanted to get into the kitchen, and they didn't want him in the kitchen. But he's pretty good about figuring out how to manipulate and get to where he wants to be. Okay, so this was a little bit, maybe too much. He turned around, but he's not biting me. He's not continuing. So anyway, we were in here with him, and the husband went out to go to the bathroom, then came back in, and then a while later, husband went out to the bathroom again, and as I turned and then turned back, this guy had walked up to the door, put his paw on the door handle, opened the door, and was going to let himself out. So I basically right there caught my breath and thought, oh my God, this is a dog that, there is, you have to have, when you take a dog home, you should have a plan A, a plan B, and maybe a plan C. This dog is a challenge, even if you've got a plan. Hey, good boy. Where's your toy? Go get your toy. Okay, so he came to my hand, did not even open his mouth really, and went backwards. So that's why I'm, yes, he likes that bone too. Yes, this is something that is definitely in his retinue. Retinue is, in his repertoire is really the word I was looking for. But I believe it's fadeable. He's went back to my hand again, saw it was my hand, and turned back. So yeah, this is not a comfortable place for him, but he has started to be, to acclimate to me, as it were, into what I'm doing, which I think is, to me, that's a great sign. Also, let's see what else. Yeah, he needs power chew toys. He needs a Buster Cube for his breakfast and dinner. He needs to learn how to just take a breath and relax. But he's also a dog that loves to work, a dog that likes to be on the spot, and I've not seen him do. Usually when he has that orange thing, or previously when he had the orange thing, he just did not stop chewing on it. And I've got my hand lying on his leg on purpose to just introduce more familiarity with my touch and my body next to his. Good boy. Next, I can try reading a book and just see how he acts/reacts to me completely ignoring him, which is one of those things where I want him to be able to do that. Usually when I've worked with dogs, the third day is the worst day. The first day, we're usually just introducing ourselves to each other. The second day, oh, that was great. The second day, usually I'm starting to introduce what I want the dog to comply with or do instead of the things he's doing. And usually by the third day, the dog is going to show me that he never wants to give up anything that I'm not letting him do, etc. And it can be difficult. He on the second time, I wonder if he's gonna pee. He on the second day was just mouthing the heck out of me. But still not as recklessly as the first time. The first time there was no, I just don't want him to pee anywhere. Okay, come here you. Hey. Hi, what's up? Yeah, that's my hand. You're right, that's my hand. Okay, so back to chewing. And actually he just got closer to me. Whoops, okay. He was going to, I wasn't paying attention, but I'm doing this. I'm going to default back to here since he going back on his side, and doing this was not triggered a turnaround. And the turnarounds are pretty quick, but they're also pretty quick back, so. I mean, this might be, I just think that's funny. I'm sorry, it is, to me. He just decided to do his own little, I don't know what with it. Okay, but previously I hadn't been able to really work his ears, but it feels like we're going forward on what we're doing. And I think that's just to me, it's great. But he really, you can see how consummate a chewer he is. And, which doesn't bother me. It's just those so focused on chewing that, yeah, you've got to have the best chewing stuff. You've got to be able, he's got to learn to scale down perhaps activity, and perhaps that will come if he has more, if he has somewhere that he has a lot of activity, and therefore can be active and focused, do a job, and then and then come back and just relax from it. Hi. Okay, I was doing his front left leg. That triggered a turn back. Hi, how are you? How are you? Oh, well, thanks for being here too. Yeah.
And I guess Taylor.
Okay, I'm going to turn this off.